The camera opens on a big glass office. Shiny floor. City lights outside the windows. Inside the boardroom, a long table is full of serious people in suits. At the head of the table sits Mr. Carter, the rich CEO. His watch is expensive. His voice is cold. Next to the door stands Eli, a thin young man in a simple shirt. He holds a tray with water glasses. His shoes are old. His hands shake. Mr. Carter looks at him and suddenly shouts, "Speak again. What did you say?" Eli's voice is soft. His accent is strong. "Yes, sir. Should I bring more water for the board members?" The room goes silent. Then Mr. Carter laughs loudly. "Listen to him. Board members," he says, mocking his accent. "Can you even speak proper English?" Some board members smile nervously. Eli's face turns red. His eyes fill with tears. I'm sorry, sir," he whispers. Mr. Carter stands up and points at him. "People like you should not come near this boardroom. You clean floors. You carry files. You don't speak here. Understand?" Eli looks at the floor. His lips tremble. Viewers, if you were standing there, watching this, what would you do? The door slowly closes as Eli steps out, and Mr. Carter smirks at the room. He has no idea that this moment will destroy his pride very soon. That morning had started like any other for Eli. He woke up in a tiny room on the roof of an old building. The ceiling had water stains. The fan made a soft buzzing sound. He looked at his mother's photo on the wall. "Good morning, Mama," he whispered. "One day, I will make you proud." He ironed his only office shirt very carefully. A small patch covered a hole near the pocket. He checked his reflection. "Your English is getting better," he told himself softly, practicing. "You can do this, Eli." Eli came from a poor village. At night, he studied from old books and online videos. He watched business presentations. He repeated words again and again. His accent stayed strong, but his mind was sharp. He understood every idea. At the office, he worked as an office assistant. That meant everything: cleaning, printing, serving tea, carrying files. Most people ignored him. Except Daniel, a kind junior manager. One day, Daniel stopped him in the hallway. "Hey Eli, you typed those reports for me last week, right?" he asked. "Yes, sir," Eli answered. "Did I make any mistakes?" "No," Daniel smiled. "Your work was perfect. Honestly, you're smarter than half the people in that meeting room." Eli smiled shyly and looked down. "Thank you, sir. I need this job. My father's medicine is expensive." Daniel nodded. "Hang in there. Good things happen to good people." But not everyone saw Eli that way. In his big glass office, Mr. Carter flipped through a file. "Who changed these numbers?" he shouted. His secretary whispered. "Sir," Eli updated the report. "I asked him to. He found an error." "Eli." Mr. Carter raised an eyebrow. "That boy who talks like he came straight from a farm?" A few of his rich friends in the office laughed. Later, in the hallway, Mr. Carter walked past Eli and heard him practicing English under his breath. Profit margin, Q3, market." Mr. Carter suddenly stopped. "Say that again," he said. Eli jumped. "Yes, sir." "Say it again," Mr. Carter demanded. "Market, what?" "Market strategy, sir," Eli replied, nervously. Mr. Carter laughed loudly. "What kind of English is this? Your tongue is too heavy. Your mouth can't even shape the words," he scoffed. "You sound cheap. Don't ever speak in front of clients, understand?" Eli swallowed hard. "Yes, sir," he whispered, eyes burning. Behind Mr. Carter, Mia from HR watched silently. Her face showed anger, but she said nothing. As Mr. Carter walked away, he called out loudly, "Tomorrow is the big board meeting. Make sure the room is clean. And remember, boy, no talking. Just serve water. We can't have your accent embarrassing our company." Eli stood alone in the corridor. His hands shook. He pressed his fist against his chest. "Why am I never enough?" he thought. He didn't know that tomorrow, in that same boardroom, everything would change. The next day, the boardroom lights turn on. Important people walk in. Eli holds a tray and steps inside, and sees something on the big screen that makes his heart stop. The boardroom was cold and bright. Big screens on the wall. Laptops on the table. Important faces everywhere. Eli walked in quietly with a tray of water. He kept his eyes down. He suddenly froze. On the big screen at the front, he saw his work. A whole presentation. Title: New Market Strategy, by Mr. Carter. Eli's mind raced. That's my idea, he thought. Those are my slides. I stayed up all night to prepare them for Daniel. Mr. Carter stood at the front, smiling proudly. Ladies and gentlemen, he said, this strategy will save our company in the next quarter. He clicked to the next slide. Eli watched every bullet point, every chart, every line. He had typed them. He had planned the structure. He had shared the file with Daniel, saying, "Sir, I made a rough idea. Maybe it can help." Daniel had been impressed. "This is brilliant, Eli. I'll show Mr. Carter. You should be there when he sees it." But now, Eli understood. His name was not on it. The CEO had taken the credit. As the meeting started, Grace, an important board member and major investor, raised her hand. "Mr. Carter, this strategy is very detailed," she said. "Who worked on it with you?" Mr. Carter smiled confidently. "Well, my team helped a bit," he lied. "But the main ideas are mine, of course." Eli's heart sank. He moved around the table, placing water near each person. When he reached Grace, she looked up at him and smiled kindly. "Thank you," she said softly. He nodded, eyes still low. During the presentation, Eli stood near the door, invisible. At one point, Mr. Carter turned to him in front of everyone. "Hey, you. What is your name again?" he asked. Eli, sir." "Eli," Mr. Carter repeated. "Tell everyone what this word means." He pointed to the screen full of English words. Eli froze. His mouth went dry. "Q-quart, quarter, growth," he tried. A few people snickered. Mr. Carter laughed loudly. "Did you hear that?" he told the room. "This is why I say we should not hire people from small villages. They can't even talk. They're only good for carrying tea." The laughter got louder. Eli's ears rang. His vision blurred. He wanted the floor to open and swallow him. His throat hurt, but he forced out, "I'm sorry, sir." Mr. Carter waved his hand. "Just stand there and stay quiet. Don't spoil the meeting with your broken English." He turned back to the board, still smiling. But what he didn't know was this. Mia, standing at the back, had her phone in her hand. She had been secretly recording the entire thing. Every insult, every laugh, every cruel word. Grace kept watching. Her face turned serious. After the presentation, she raised her hand again. "Mr. Carter," she said calmly, "this strategy is good. But I have a question." "Yes, of course," he replied quickly. "Who really made it?" she asked, looking around the room. Her eyes stopped on Eli. The room went silent. Mr. Carter laughed nervously. "I just told you, I did." Grace looked at Eli. "You," she called gently. "Eli, is it? Did you help with this presentation?" Everyone turned to look at him. His hands shook. His heart pounded. He opened his mouth. "Sir, ma'am, he stammered. Mr. Carter's eyes went cold. "Don't you dare," he hissed under his breath. "Remember your place." Eli looked at the floor. He thought of his father's medicine, his small room, his mother's photo. Then he slowly lifted his head. "If you were Eli," the narrator asks, "would you stay silent to keep your job, or speak the truth?" Eli took a deep breath. "Ma'am," he said, his voice trembling, I made the first version. But maybe, it's not important." Grace narrowed her eyes. "Oh, it is important," she murmured. Grace stands up from her chair. "Mia," she says, "can you please show everyone what you recorded this week?" The room was tight with tension. Mia stepped forward slowly. Her phone shook in her hand, but her voice was steady. "Yes, ma'am," she said to Grace. "I think everyone should see this." Mr. Carter frowned. "What is this drama? We don't have time for..." Grace cut him off. "We have all the time for truth," she said sharply. Mia connected her phone to the big screen. A video started to play. First clip, Mr. Carter in the hallway, laughing at Eli's accent. "Your tongue is too heavy. You sound cheap." His voice boomed around the room. Next clip, Mr. Carter in the boardroom earlier. "People like you should not come near this boardroom. You clean floors. You don't speak here." Everyone watched, shocked. Some board members shifted uncomfortably in their seats. The last clip played, Mr. Carter forcing Eli to read from the slide, then mocking him in front of everyone. On screen, Eli stammered. The real Eli stood at the back, tears rolling down his cheeks. Mia paused the video. Silence. Deep, painful silence. Grace turned to Mr. Carter. "This is how you speak to your staff?" she asked coldly. "To the people who keep this company running?" Mr. Carter's face went pale. This is taken out of context," he stuttered. "I was only joking. These people are too sensitive." He pointed at Eli. "Look at him. He doesn't even know how to talk. This company needs strong image, good English, not." "Enough," Grace said. Her voice cut through the room like a knife. She stood up, eyes blazing. "Do you know where I came from, Mr. Carter?" she asked. He stayed silent. "I grew up in a small town," she continued. "My father sold vegetables on the street. People laughed at my accent. They told me I would never sit in a boardroom like this." She turned to Eli. "But one teacher believed in me. She told me, 'Your ideas matter more than your accent.'" Her eyes softened. "Eli, did you make this presentation?" she asked. Eli wiped his tears. I made the first plan, ma'am. Daniel liked it. I never wanted to take anyone's place. I just wanted to help." Daniel stood up suddenly. "It's true," he said. "Eli gave me the idea. I shared it with Mr. Carter. I thought he would appreciate Eli. I didn't know he would steal the credit and do this." Grace looked around the room. "Well," she said, "now we know the truth." She turned to the other board members. "Is this the kind of leader we want? Someone who insults the poor, steals their ideas, and destroys their confidence?" A senior board member cleared his throat. "No," he said firmly. "We don't." Another added, "Our company talks about respect and equality in public. We cannot keep a CEO who does the opposite in private." Grace nodded. "Mr. Carter," she said, "you are suspended from your position as CEO, effective immediately while we review this. Hand over your access card." Mr. Carter's mouth fell open. "What? No, you can't do this. I built this company. You all sit here because of me," he shouted. He turned toward Eli. "This is your fault," he screamed. "You ruined everything." Eli flinched, but Grace stepped in front of him. "Don't you dare blame him," she said. "This is not karma from Eli. This is karma from your own actions." Mr. Carter's shoulders sagged. His eyes filled with tears. "Please," he whispered, voice breaking. "Don't do this. I'm sorry. Eli, I'm sorry, okay? Please, say something for me. Tell them I was just strict, that I helped you." For the first time, the powerful CEO was begging the poor employee he had humiliated. Eli looked at him quietly. His hands had stopped shaking. "Sir," he said softly, "when you laughed at my accent, I went home and cried. I wanted to quit. But my father told me, a kind heart and hard work are stronger than any rich man's insult." He took a small breath. "I forgive you," he said. "But I cannot lie for you." Mr. Carter's face crumpled. He covered his eyes with his hands. He sat down slowly, broken. Grace put a hand on Eli's shoulder. "From today," she said, "you are not just an office assistant. You will get training. The company will pay for your language classes and business courses." Eli's eyes widened. "Me?" he whispered. "Yes, you," she smiled. "Your ideas saved this company. One day, I want to see you sitting at this table, not just serving water to it." Daniel smiled and clapped softly. Soon, others joined. The sound filled the room. For the first time, Eli felt something new in his chest. Not shame, not fear, but respect. As he walked out of the boardroom that day, he looked up at the bright sky through the glass. His accent was still the same. But now, everyone listened when he spoke. Never judge a person by their accent, clothes, or background. True power is not in perfect English. It is in how you treat people who cannot fight back.